Hey everyone, how are you doing? This is Bev here from Art by Bedell. Today I'm going to be showing you my journals that I journal in. I have quite a few. Some are not expected to be finished within a year or two or even more. Some of them are meant to be done in a year. It doesn't always happen. Well, we go with it anyhow. Hope you excuse the mess back here. I've been working hard and I kind of have everything kind of all laid out. There's the guinea pigs back there too, but it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each one and give you just a little bit of information about them. There's quite a few here, so we don't want this to go on forever. So if you need more information, you can always leave comments below with questions or whatever, and I'll get back to you. So let's take a look. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you the journals that I have used or am still using. Some of my journals are not meant to be finished in a year, and so they could go on for 2 or 3 years. These are the Exceed journals from Walmart. They're the dotted ones. The first one I used as a planner. This was not for me. I'm not a bullet journal, and I'm not one to keep track of different things like what you eat. And I did follow Shayla Campbell, and she's from Canada, for ideas. I had no idea where to go with this. So I didn't really use it as a writing journal as much as what I used, or a planner actually. I used it just for keeping track of some things. The calendars, I do like the calendars, and I have carried them through. And let's see, so I love it. I think it's beautiful. I had fun creating it. It just is not something, I mean, places I went in that whole year, and this is 2020. I just did not keep very good track. My gratitudes, I didn't keep very good track. I guess I had more fun creating it than I actually did using it. There's a lot of good stuff in here, and it's fun to look back through them. Let's see, what should we show you here? Look, all these pages I made, and then I didn't use them. I didn't finish the book. That's kind of sad. How far did I get? I got to, oh goodness, I shouldn't even admit this. I got to May, and that's as far as I got, and I quit. And I put a note, a waste of making these, because I didn't keep up with them. Like I say, they're fun. And if that's your thing, these are awesome journals to do. It's not my thing. So that's one. These are Exceed journals from Walmart, and I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So then that was a planner that I did in 2020. And this was the same journal book, but I used it as a journal for 2020. Actually, as you can see, I did much better with this than I did with the planner. Again, it was lots of fun to make. I love being creative in it. I used it for just daily happenings going on in my life. 2020 was a really bad year for us as a family. So many losses. It was just a terrible year, not only with COVID, but with death of parents. And anyhow, that's all documented in here. I've added pictures. I've added some of my own artwork. It's a fun journal to have. Like I said, I don't like the lines. I've said that before. I'd rather either not have lines or create my own lines in my journals. I like to draw my own artwork. Let's see, what else do we have? And I've used stickers in here. Kenny Rogers died that year. I like his music. And let's see, what else did we document? This just was a fun book. Max died that year. That year sucked. anyhow. So that's using the Exceed journal from Walmart as a journal and not a planner. Here's another Exceed journal that I have. Now this journal will be around with me for quite a while. It's called my Dreams Journal. And what I'm doing in this one is if I have a dream that's pretty vivid at night, when I wake up in the morning, I keep this with me by the bed. And when I wake up in the morning, I'll write it down because there's something that I wanted to remember about that dream. And I don't know about you, but when I get up, once I stand up, I cannot remember that dream. To save my life, I cannot remember that dream. So I have this by my bed and I can write it down. But as you can see, there's not a whole lot in it. It has to be a dream that I want to remember before I'll take the time writing it in here. This is just an ongoing book that I'll have probably for years and years. So that's that one. An old journal that I had. This was, let's see if I can find a year on this one. This was 2014. Yes, 2014. Yes, that's a long time ago. It probably was my first journal. It's the Documented Life Project. It's on Facebook, and you get prompts every month, and then you make your pages. It was fun. I enjoyed doing this. There was a lot of practicing in this. I feel I have grown as far as journaling goes since this one. Here's a prompt that was using an envelope with a window in it. And flip outs. We had flip outs. This really was fun. Yeah. Very creative. So, I'm not sure. I don't believe I got to the end of the year in this before I quit too. That's just like me though, guys. Springtime comes and it's like whole change of plans. It's out the door we go and working in the garden, and journaling gets put by the wayside. So that's a journal that was made out of, what was that made out of? Just a notebook, I do believe. So, just a styrofoam notebook. But yeah, that's a good one. Another one that I did was, this is a planner. I worked at a church for a while and we got planners every year, and after the year was over with, it's like, okay, what do you do with these? Just burn them. It seems like such a waste, but so I took one of them and I repurposed it into a journal. That was fun also. The artwork in here, this was in 2016, I think 2014 in the Documented Life Project journal. I think I did better artwork than what I actually did in this one. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not something that I'm really truly that proud of either. But it was fun. Again, I didn't get very far with it before I ended up quitting. That is so me, guys. But it's a done journal. I'm not going back to it. I'm not going to revisit it as far as adding anything more to it. It is what it is. It has one of my granddaughter's trips in here. Let's see, 2014. That had to have been Gina, maybe, that I took on a trip. So that's in here. So that's pretty special. Yeah. A lot of collaging. I put these deli print papers in between because they get stuck. These pages get stuck. I've had several of my pages in journals get ruined just because of that. So that's a planner that you can take and you can alter it. See, there we go. There's the pages in the back of what the planner actually was before I started working in it. You just cover it with some paint and just go for it. That was fun to do too. So currently I am working in art journals. This is my first art journal. This is a Strathmore Journal. Let me see if there's, no, we're not going to find any information on it. It's all covered over. This one is completed. This journal is completed. My favorite probably in journals is the art journal. And the Strathmore one. I really like the Strathmore one. So again, this was 2015. The artwork in here leaves a lot to be desired, but it was a good learning experience for me. And there was, let's see, this was a couple Bible studies that I had done online, and that's where I got the prompts for a lot of these pages. I like this page. This page has turned out real pretty. And this one. There's some in here that I would be proud of, and then others, and I'm like, oh my gosh, don't show that to anybody. It'd be embarrassing. So I love the art journals. I really like this one too. So anyhow, that's that book, and it's done. So I have started my second art journal. It's kind of not the same well, it's not the same at all. It's the same book. Maybe this one I didn't cover over. This is an Exceed one. That one was a Strathmore. This is an Exceed one. It's a dot, and it has a nice soft bendable cover. I like that. And in this one, I added my calendars. And some drawing, and then I added my daily journaling to this one. Each page I added some artwork to it, so it was kind of a combination of art journal and writing journal, and I don't know, I guess bullet journal, because it is a bullet journal, and I did add my calendars to it. This is where I had problems with the pages sticking, so yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that nobody else can read this, because it's my journal, and I'm fine with it. This is the one I am currently working in right now, all the way up to excuse me, we're in November here, so no, we're in December actually. I need to get my December calendar out here. So this one will be done this year. Once December's done, even if there's leftover pages at the end, I won't finish it. It'll be done. So that's an ongoing journal. A while ago, I took an old book and I gutted the book so that I could have the cover to make this bird journal. This is another ongoing journal. Every year I feed the birds, and when I see something different come along that I don't have a picture of or whatever, I'll put it in this journal. So I've embellished the top. It's a junk journal. Put some corners, the metal corners on. There's the binding. This is a sewed binding. It has 3 signatures. I don't know how many pages. So, yeah. Lots of tags in it. And I have my bird information in here. You know, what has come to see, my bird feeders that I had. Some information on the birds that came to see me. So yeah, that's what this one is. There's still lots and lots and lots of room in here. Lots of room to write or to add pictures. And it was a fun journal. I liked all the lace on the edge. It was a fun journal to make. I did so much better with this journal than that one journal that I showed you a video of that was my first journal. This one, I sewed my signatures into some fabric, and then the fabric was glued to the book here. So it's held up really well. I'm very happy with this book. So that's my bird book. Another book that I have is this book, and this book I found, I think at Barnes and Nobles. It was the sayings of Jesus book, and there's some verses on the bottom of each page. This book I have turned into my God Speaks book. Painted the outside of it, didn't do anything to the back. And what I'm doing with this one is when I feel that God has actually sent me a message or is speaking to me through somebody else or speaking to me directly, it's something I want to remember. And so I'll write it down. This one does have lines, and that's cool. That works well. So I just write them down. To go back and read them is pretty cool. And that's what this book is all about. Again, it's an ongoing journal. I keep it handy so that when God does speak, I can get it wrote down. I like this journal too. Here is one that I bought from Michael's because I like guinea pigs. He's real cute. Look at the little unicorn he has on him. He's a cute little guinea pig. This one is for affirmations. I've started affirmations, I don't know how long ago. But I'll have an affirmation, get the Bible verse, and then write what the Bible says about it. And it's like a devotion for me that I do. There's not a lot of artwork. I've put some stickers in it. That's pretty much all the detail that we go into there. And it's another ongoing journal that I have that once it's full, I don't know if I'll continue making another one or whether I'll just go back through these ones and just read them again. But that's my affirmation journal. And then I have my Bible that I have made this cover for. It's getting a little dingy looking actually now. But I have done a lot of journaling in this Bible. Probably what I'm going to do is hand this down to one of my grandkids. I'm out of focus. There we go. Hand it down to one of my grandkids. It's getting pretty thick, so I think I'll probably start another one. But yeah, I like to journal in my Bible. Visual stuff speaks to me and I can retain it better than just words. So if I have something visual that I can connect with a verse or whatever, I'll keep a hold of that longer. Doesn't mean I'm going to remember the book and the chapter and the verse that what was speaking to me where it's at, because that's not me. I don't have a very good memory, but I can look at something and like, oh, this one kind of got wrinkled. I can say, oh yeah, that's what that one says to me because I have the visual beside it. So there's quite a bit of, like I say, journaling in this one. Yeah. So I think this one's going to be retired, and one day it'll be gifted to one of my grandkids. So that is it, I do believe, of what I have going right now for journals and what I've had going for journals. So I do love to journal. I like to keep track. Oh, there was the one journal that was made from a book that was from Walmart. It was just a notebook, and that one got burned. Okay, so that's it. So I hope this has helped you a little bit and maybe understanding all the different journals. These obviously are not all of the journals, but that's my collection that I have right now, and what you can do with journals. Just pick one and start. Go to Walmart. The Exceed journals are nice. Or you can just pick out a composition book and go from there. I do have a composition book that I use, not necessarily for a journal. It's for notes, but it's pretty well packed full. I could have shown you that one and I forgot. But anyhow, these are my basic journals. Things will change every year. I end up changing and doing something different, and that's fun too. I have stuck to the Strathmore journals for a couple years now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for next year yet. I'm still working on that idea, trying to figure out what I want to make for my own journal for next year, because I think next year I want to have my own handmade journal by me. So thanks for watching. I hope you got some information out of this, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.